Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Iron Fist, your unofficial Scottish Tekken podcast. I believe we're on the fifth edition now. We're back again with some familiar faces from previous episodes. And welcome back to the show, Wesley. How you doing?
Thanks. Yeah, I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. Yeah, it's been another month long delay unintentionally. I swear it's always meant to be a couple of weeks, but it's rough getting people together, man. But anyway, we're glad we're back now together.
We're here now.
Yeah, and we've actually got something new to discuss. Well, apart from the game itself, but I will be getting into that in due course. Welcome back to the show, the Dusty. How you doing?
I'm doing alright after Tekken beach ball beating. I'm need to practice up some more.
Very recent, yeah. Like 3 minutes before we went live, I think it was.
Yeah,
Nice.
I just came in.
Yeah.
As soon as I was done with the last match, I was like, okay, I need to make my way.
Oh, well. Sure, it was all fun. You need to tell us the tech for next time. Definitely.
Whatever they showed me in the last tournament, I could tell you about.
We can do VOD review for it if you want next time. That'd be a good idea. We can watch it live.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. And last but not least, welcome back to the show, Mr. Bantakai. How you doing?
Up me, Sam. All right. I haven't really touched Tekken at all, other than offlines. So, yeah. But I've been reading up on some shit. I tried to watch that Tekken talk, the last one, man, but it was like 2 hours long, bro. Fuck that shit, man.
Yeah, I honestly didn't watch it either. I kind of just skimmed everything, all the news that came out, and it's funny you mentioned not playing the game as much. I think a lot of us might be in the same boat, but we'll get into the many reasons why very shortly. So I was thinking that for the bulk of this discussion episode, we're probably just going to be talking about the patch, like you say, like impressions on Eddy and the changes that they're making and why they're maybe making them, and we can't really figure out why they're making them, some of the stuff they're doing. But I think that quickly, if we wanted to, we could just quickly go over recent events that we've had over the past, because we've been off for a month, or like 4 weeks to 5 weeks. So I think we could just quickly go over recent results. You know, Tekken 8's still a fresh game, the meta's still developing, and there's been a lot of action in Scotland so far. So last one uploaded recently, God, start of March, that's how long ago it was, man. Invasion in Fife, right? And we were all in attendance, I think. I want to say.
Yeah, I was.
You were okay, right? Yeah, I know, because Alistair was a late sign up. We didn't know if he'd be coming, but he did, and he had a really good performance actually. So let's see.
He showed up. He showed up to where he said he wasn't going to show up to.
Yeah, that's the fun with tournaments, man. Sometimes like people you don't expect to sign up will sign up in the last couple of days, and you're like, fuck, like they just like leapfrog everybody, man. Aye. Yeah, I guess we'll just briefly look over the standings. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I believe this is Peaceman's first win in T8, because I think it was his first T8 offline, I want to say.
Yeah, it's his first one.
Yeah,
as expected. Keeping it going from momentum from T7 on top. Meeting Ross in grand finals. Ross has been on a tear recently, like a lot of the tournaments. But there we go. Ban himself, top 3. I think you were saying that's your first top 3 offline, right?
Yes, yeah. Because I came 4th at MIG.
Oh, that was the MIG. Oh, MIG just before. Aye, yeah.
The what was it, like the fucking weekend after it released or something like that. Came 4th at that, so that was my first top 4, and then my first top 3. It's pretty cool.
Nice one, man. Moving on up.
Which is funny because we both played each other. Both the top 4s in both the tournaments. Well, I won the first one, and then he luckily got the second one.
Luckily, bro. Lucky there's no VOD, bro. He's lucky there's no VOD for that.
Bro, we'll run it back, and then I'll show you what's up.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Hopefully.
God knows how many more Dragunov mirrors we're going to see in Scotland, man, because that's going to be a familiar matchup for you too, I think, with the way like it's progressing.
I mean, I'm kind of in the boat right now of perhaps Hardman and Feng, to be honest. Again,
interesting.
I hadn't really touched them for a wee while after the release, and then I'd been dabbling here and there with them. But as I've played, I mean, I played them. I actually can't recall if I played Dragunov at the offline that we just had, the offline session, and
yeah, you might have done for a couple sets, but not like all of them.
Aye.
Yeah.
No. So I might be Hardman and Feng, but I mean, I don't know, man. It depends on. Well, I suppose Drag wasn't even in these new patch notes, was he? It was just as I was saying, really character-wise that got.
Yeah, aside from like system changes, I think it was pretty much just as I was saying.
The only thing that the Drag kind of got was like they made the heat burst thing. The second hit doesn't track anymore, like it.
Right.
So they didn't do. So they removed that, which I thought was a pretty great. I think he kind of deserved that, despite being a new Dragunov main. He did deserve that. I wish I wish it would stay, honestly, because there were times where
Ridiculous.
there were times where it tried where it shouldn't have, and I just sat there, having a laugh to myself about it. There was one time like I was playing Kirby offline in my house, right, and he was he was
Oh, is this
behind
the one he posted on the Discord to talk?
yeah, he
Yeah,
was behind me as I was doing the heat burst, and my second hit still got him, and
Aye.
I think he just wanted to smash the stick and throw it out my window.
To be honest, I think I've done that to Bolt 2 or 3 times as well, playing, man. That shit was ridiculous. But I mean, back to my point, things, Dragunov's still going to be there, 100%. I might even just fucking pull him out if there's like a last-ditch effort next tournament if I'm getting fucking pummeled with thing. But
Definitely a strong insurance plan, say that much.
Mhm.
Yeah. I because I just asked Jack to get us some updated overlays for you too. Because Eunice had himself as a law main. Nah, not having that anymore, man. Go ahead.
Listen, man.
That was a thing.
It was.
I got my law to Bushin the other day, actually. Just so
Okay,
you know,
okay.
I got my law to Bushin. I'm trying to get he still kind of sucks, I think, in the game, but like, it's getting there.
Will we seen it by Mig? Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
I don't
Okay.
think
Just
I
straight
tried. Aye, so yeah. No, Invasion, it was a nice event, man. Really clean venue. First time over there. We were over there for a few T7 events back when they had it at their old venue, but the new space they've got, really big. Good area of town. Food was nice. Well run tournament. No complaints really. It was nice getting to see other people again. And yeah, did alright. Again, like it's still early doors, so you feel there's still a bit of like inconsistency, but yeah, no, everybody showed out. It was a nice event, and it was the first of 2 I want to speak about before we're moving on. Also, Northern Fights up in Aberdeen, which again, the 3 of us were it, but one of us sadly missed out due to illness.
yeah.
Shite timing on that, man.
Ducky. Sorry.
What did he say?
Sorry, I had a sore throat there.
Is that right? Fucking punk.
Oh shit! I didn't even realise this. Top 3. Oh wow.
Aye, nice, eh?
Nice.
Silly with the
Yeah.
top 4, bro.
Aye.
Oh my god, man.
Best of the best on here.
Here, Cubbery is wreaking fucking havoc, man, wherever he goes in Tekken 8. And then he loses to a Street Fighter player, bro.
Listen,
Don't get me wrong, Sully's
I've been
good
getting,
at Tekken.
I've been getting dog walked by Ross with Jin, man.
But
And then Sully just shows up and he just annihilates him, man.
listen,
Crazy.
No fear, hell sweeps.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
That's what I needed,
Sully
man.
with the gym.
Needed that.
See Sully with the gym, right? Like we've been doing some practice sessions offline and stuff like that, right? And obviously everyone's been kind of giving him tips here and there, much to our detriment, obviously. And fucking, he's been using it pretty well. Like he's not. I don't think he's just a Street Fighter player. He's a fighting game player. He's played Mortal Kombat as well. I think he started Mortal Kombat 9 or 10 or something like that, from what he told me.
Right, okay.
And so he could play multiple games. He's not just a Street Fighter player. And like see Jin with the fucking 4-4-2 and the hell sweeps and the down twos, and like, man, like he almost, like, see if I didn't grab the crap out of him in that same tournament. If I didn't grab the crap out of him, I would have lost for sure. If I didn't grab the crap out of him. And the same thing like happened with Alistair. Like Alistair almost lost as well. Back in fight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I did almost lose the thing as well.
He's been on a tear on himself.
He was fucking bullying my I picked Brian against him first, kind of sandbagging a wee bit, man, which I shouldn't have done. And he fucking bullied me, bro. So, yeah, no, I had to pull the drag out on his ass. But he said, yeah, no, man, to his credit, he's still a fundamentally good fighting game player. So it's you definitely shouldn't underestimate him. He's also, I mean, technically speaking, a pro Street Fighter player as well. He is, I feel like it's deserved to say that.
Yeah, sponsored as well, man. Multi-time sponsored. It just shows you
a good sponsor too. You know what I mean? Not some fucking Mickey Mouse organization fucking sponsor. You know what I mean? So, fucking Sky.
Yeah, like he's competed in like with EU teams as well. He's competed with EU teams. He's been on television, not TV, near enough TV and stuff like that. So like he's not just like some random guy who just showed up or something like that, or just switched to another game. So he's a fighting game player. You know what I mean? He could do multiple games. And
Yeah,
with the help of our teachings we bestowed upon this man, he almost killed us for it.
yeah, and I don't know.
That and 442 Jin and like oh fuck's sake, man, you just can't. If I was you, Greg, I'd have been abusing the shit out of that move. I don't care what situation, just 442 all day.
Yeah, I feel like T7 muscle memory is still doing me, and I don't use it enough. I really don't. It should be like my second move every other time, man, because it is just so good. Like you see,
442 and electric, man.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. And one thing I think you mentioned it with Sully is that he doesn't have a lot of fear when it comes to like hell sweeps and that. And that was one thing that you noticed. Like even it's like something mad. Like it's final round, like it's like 1-1 WBG final round against Ross, and he does like 3 hell sweeps, and you're like, what?
Yeah,
Who's,
man.
who's gonna do that, man? Who else is gonna do
No,
that?
I was watching on my phone. I was going fucking apeshit, bro. No way, man. See if that was me trying to do that shit. I'd have got the first one blocked. Lord, I'd have been dead.
Yeah, I'm surprised the mics didn't pick us up, going like, "Oh my god!" Like every time like he hit one, it was crazy.
It's that composure he also has. He's got like I don't know if you guys see it, but see when he's playing, you're sitting there watching him play. Like the guy's got pretty fucking good composure. Like he's not panicking or nothing, and it doesn't look like he's panicking or nothing. He's just keeping it like.
Yeah, I noticed that like when it was getting like closer in the rounds, like he's just straight faced the entire time, like
Yeah, exactly.
locked in. You know,
that's a great mentality to have when you're playing.
Excuse me for one moment, sorry.
it's all good, all good.
It's a great mentality when you're playing, because like a lot of people are panicking even if they don't look like they are, right? Like Arsene Wenger don't look like he's panicking at all whenever I see him, but whenever I talked to him one time, he said to me like he's stressed out of his mind, even though he don't look it at all.
Okay.
And that's the great thing with Sully is he doesn't just look it, he feels. And that might be as well, like due to the fact that he's got that mindset of, well, this isn't really my game, so however I do, whatever happens type of thing. But like even when I see him play Street Fighter, he don't look scared in the slightest.
Mm. Yeah, nah, honestly, man, well played, Tom. I definitely had to be a bit scummy when it came with the lily pick, man, because I did not want that smoke in the gym mirror. I was scared. I was like, nah, fuck that, man. I had
That's the fastest way to get rid of him. It was just you gotta knowledge check the shit out of him.
Yeah, I just had to rinse lily stuff. It was not. I think, like I said, if I went for the mirror, I could have got smoked. And even I didn't even realize the lily when I played him in. Yeah, it would have been loser semis. It went to the final game. I didn't even realize. Looking back at it, aye. Still
talking about Sully, yeah?
Yeah. Well, we're just talking about
the tournament. I'll tell you one thing. Yeah. See the day he gets fucking good at grabs, man, then we're all in trouble. I feel when I played him as well, grabs was actually a bit of a crutch for me against him. Once he gets good at that shit, man, we're in fucking big trouble if he continues playing Tekken, that is.
Well, the Street Fighter player's going to show up and smoke all of us, man. What is this? It's crazy.
Telling you, man.
Yeah. Aye,
he's a fighting game player. He's not a Street Fighter player. This guy's a fighting game player. He's played
pro Street Fighter player. Like sponsor Street Fighter player, man. Aye, no, again, well played, Tom. I got fortunate, and then I was riding momentum. I was feeling good, and I ran into this guy over here. First time playing you in T8, man, and it was it's one of those weird ones. It was like it was 3-2 every game. Like it was 3-0 to you, but it was 3-2 every game. But it's like, man, yeah, I don't know.
Just managing to clip you with the down back fours and stuff that saved my ass.
Yeah, I mean, I was solid at the time back. I haven't complained, man. It's just outplayed, out-timed in a lot of situations, and not checking enough, and but it was fun. Like it was fun. It was fun playing you then. It was fun playing you session at Alistair's on Saturday. That was good as well. But aye.
Yeah, but I think Eunice was the worthy winner. He definitely smoked me in winners finals. That was quite brutal, to be quite honest. I think it was like 9 rounds straight. I mean, you were talking about panicking. I think 2 rounds into that set, I was just like in crisis. I was like, what is going on? I just can't land a hit on this guy.
You had you pulling out a pocket in winners finals, man. Nobody expected
that.
Yeah,
I know. That was the crisis. That was like, I need to change something. Just YOLO.
The thing is, I've been playing a lot of Lars players for some reason, right? I couldn't find a player like T7, right? I couldn't find a player like who plays like Wesley. I couldn't do it. Like all Lars players kind of play different in a way, in their own way. Like even if you play Kaizoku Lars, right? Like he plays much different to the way Wesley plays. It's just they're 2 different play styles completely. And I think Bolt was telling me as well. Like he's like Wesley got really good intuition. Like if he knows something's coming, he's got the ante ready already. And the thing is, with drag, he's pretty much he's the Akuma of T8 pretty much. Where he's enforcing his game plan on you no matter what, and you can't. There's not really an ante for it. There are kind of antes, but it's the same way with Akuma. It's very small things you can do. You got to move around them and stuff like that. But yeah, so just kind of abused the kind of drag gameplay against Wesley, and that just kind of worked in my favor. Really, I didn't expect that as a Senna pick, to be honest. I wasn't expecting that. At all. I was like, oh shit, what's he gonna do now? I was just like, I'll just play the same game plan. Whatever happens after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in a similar vein, when I played against you, I think the past few times in the tournament, obviously I've only been playing Jin, but the past couple of weeks I've been dabbling in Lily, and I've been finding her quite fun. She's really good in this game. Definitely, you can play really basic and really simple and get a lot of mileage out of her. But again, there's always the doubt that creeps in your mind, should I have played Jin? Should I have played whoever? But it was close game. It was good games anyway.
Before our game, I got a bit of tech from a certain someone. I won't mention his name.
Oh.
And then I was like, okay, we'll be ready for the Jin.
You're pointing away. You're pointing away.
I'm pointing away.
You need to watch the stream.
Yeah, you need to look at you got to mirror it, dude. You're pointing.
Oh, so I got.
Yes. There you go. That makes a lot more sense.
And then you picked the Lily, and I was like, oh, okay.
I think it was also because you literally just played Sully in a final round game. Obviously, he plays Jin, so it's maybe mess up your timing if you're not used to if you've not played. You've been playing against Jin already, so you're warmed up to a lot of what stuff he's doing. But yeah, I don't know. It was worth a try. Worth a try, but.
No, it was definitely I'm not really that good against Lily, to be honest. So all I know is what to kind of do against the back turn stuff, but even then it's still tricky to deal with her. She has the elegance move, I still can't duck. I've still not successfully ducked that yet. I've played online a lot, and
was that her heat smash move? It's a heat engager. Is that heat engager?
It's the 3+4 heat engager, -9 high homing. Jumps.
She flies across the screen.
Yeah.
Yes, still haven't successfully ducked that in ages. So I was like, whatever happens.
Jails too, no? It's 2 hits, yeah. Does it jail?
High jails, yeah.
Yeah, stupid move, man.
Super good.
Not really fucking high jailing moves, huh? Oh well, no, as I said, it was mid high, yeah.
Yeah, no. Worth a try, but good. But good event. Most recent tournament we've had in Scotland, but we've got a couple more coming up. Just we can quickly get through them, just in case anybody's not aware. I'm forgetting how to run a stream. Here we go. Right, so coming up at the end of the month, in a couple of weeks, we've got Tayside Tussle in Dundee. Weekend event. I want to say it's the Sunday. I think it's the Sunday. It's
Sunday, man.
It's 28th. I actually don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, but I'm sure a lot of people will be. We've got a decent amount of Tekken players in Dundee.
I don't know if I signed up for it, man. If it's on a fucking Sunday, I might not go. But then again, man, if they start throwing cash around like they did at that fucking one Eunice one, I might go.
You want to hear a funny story about that cash?
What?
So I sent it to the wrong PayPal address, and
what?
Oh, that's good.
Wait.
Now I won't see that money back until May 1st.
Oh fuck!
So
what is it with you and sending money in the wrong places? You did the same thing with Ross as well.
I don't know what it is. I'm a complete idiot. I just the Matrino asked for my email address, so I use the one I use regularly, and then I was like, oh shit.
And you don't have PayPal set up for that one?
I don't have PayPal. I do have PayPal set up for that one, but then I can't get into the account because you need a phone number and an email address to activate the account, right?
Okay.
But the phone number's from my last phone that I used, and I can't remember the number, and obviously I can't activate it if I don't have the fucking phone with me, and I'm like, oh fucking hell, man.
So you're locked out that money for a month plus.
To be fair to me, right? It was Ramadan, and I just wanted the money, and then I was not thinking straight. Fasting does that to you.
Yeah.
Damn.
You guys do that. You guys do fast for one day and try not to do anything stupid, and come back to me, tell me you successfully did it.
I don't think I could hack that, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'd no water for an hour and I'd be like, nah, can't do it.
Yeah, I'm just glad it's over now.
Was this about Ross? Did you send? Was it the money for dinner on the same day? Did you send it to the wrong guy or something?
Yeah,
Same
I sent
wrong
it to the
Ross.
wrong Ross.
Oh, you sent it to launch.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that's funny, man.
Ross was like, "Why'd you send me £25?" I was like, "Oh shit."
Good that you noticed. Good that you noticed at least.
No, he didn't notice. It was Kirby came up to me. He's like, "The money's not sent yet." I said, "I did send it." He goes, "No, you didn't." I said, "Here, look." And he looks at it and he goes, "That's launch, you idiot." I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
Very good.
Because they both got the same initials, RA.
I was gonna say if you're done with Dundee, I don't think you're signed up yet. We just got the list here, but
No, I'm not. But I was just looking there. I happen to be off the day after, which kind of suits.
oh,
So I might actually.
I think it is you're alright for getting to Dundee. I don't know if you've.
Ah,
done it
man,
before.
drive.
Nice. Aye, nah, should be a good event. Trips Crullers, always runs good stuff up there. They actually had a recent Tekken 8 bracket weeklies. I went up and played. It was fun. I forgot to have the bracket up, but yeah, it was nice. And so that should be a good event. I'll see if I can make it. I don't know if I can, but hopefully a lot of people
Is
show
it
up.
this weekend or next weekend?
It's 2 weeks, so it's on the 28th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Week before Meg.
Good segue. Nice one. Nicely done. He's a pro. We got just like Wesley mentioned, we've got Meg coming up the week after, and it's looking to be another big event, man. Obviously, I think Glasgow, we kind of prefer it, like we refer to it as like the home of Tekken in Scotland. I think just with like how prevalent Meg was in 2019, especially with all the dojos and such.
Because that's where only the best live, isn't it?
Well.
I mean, like, to be honest, who actually even lives in Glasgow now? It's only you and Bolt.
Sully now.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I suppose.
And Grim, the best non-existent Tekken player.
Spiritually, he's in Glasgow and he plays Tekken.
Spiritual.
So that counts, I guess. So sign-up's been up for a couple of weeks now. The numbers have been actually going up quite a lot recently the past week. Because that's been important. We've just confirmed that it's going to be a TWC dojo. It's going to be the first dojo of the season for Scotland, which is always nice to see. We're up to 21 now. That's really show up. I think we're like in the mid, like we're just above 10 last time I checked. But I show up a lot of familiar faces signing up now. Some new faces as well. Nice to see. Leon Massey, big YouTuber. He's a big fighting game YouTuber. I think he's mainly up for Marvel, but he's also playing Tekken, so that's cool. Nice to see.
Okay.
So you saying something, Eunice, or were you cut out there?
No. Sorry.
Alright, okay. Sorry, man. So I think first dojo's first tier's 16, then it's 24, then 32. So we're getting really close to 24. I think we'll pretty easily hit 32, because the classic for Scottish Tekken events and especially Glasgow events is that everybody signs up in the last 3 days. Hopefully we can get Lewis to not ask to sign up the morning of when sign-ups have been closed. And he's been added like 5 times, because that was really good last time. That was nice. In fact, you know what? I'm actually gonna message him specifically, like tonight, just to be like, "Hey, bro, you've got 2 weeks to go or 3 weeks to go."
Hopefully, damage and nerfs come by then.
Yeah, come to think of it, I want him to come. I don't know. Like, they could not invite him, but yeah.
Be interesting.
We'll
Plus, try and get him to sign up as early as possible, because I'm sure I've seen Esther said that if a certain amount of people sign up, he'll chuck in 50 quid into the pot. So everyone needs to get signed up.
Twofold, he said. If we reach 2 milestones, I think total you put in was 100, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So
who said that?
Esther.
Okay.
So everybody gets signed up.
Yeah, man.
That's it, man. I'm trying to chill it, but we got a lot more. Got a few more weeks to go, so I'm sure the number will keep increasing steadily. And again, we'll have that shot up in like the last 3 days. But
of course, really appreciate Esla doing that for Tekken. Obviously he's into Tekken at the moment, but he's not mainly a Tekken player, really. So
yeah,
it's we really appreciate him making that effort for us,
which is good.
Aye, for sure, man. He's not even doing the tier anymore, but he's still supporting Tekken how he can.
Yeah,
it's really appreciated. Sick to see. But aye, no, that'll be good in a few weeks. I'm glad it's not on the current version. Here's another segue. This is my segue this time. Glad it's not on the current version because there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. Let's say, and I don't know if we just want to move into the next bit.
Okay.
Yeah, Aye. So when was it now? It's like about a week ago. I think it was when the patch came out.
Are you talking about 13.01?
Yeah, the recent patch with Eddy. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 13.01 patch, I believe.
Aye, so that's about a week.
For 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, but for 2 weeks, man, and I don't really know what I sort of expected. I thought, because I think they said there was going to be like some bug fixes, right? And you're like, okay, bug fixes. Like you've seen some videos of some interesting stuff on Twitter. You're like, okay, they'll probably iron out a wee bit. Add Eddy, maybe a couple slap on the wrist nerfs. Like, what are they going to do to Azucena running 3-2? Turns out, not an amazing, not an amazing change. It definitely got changed, but maybe not in the way a lot of us were expecting.
It was like slightly worse for Azucena, but not any better for everybody else.
Yeah.
I think as well, it's sort of set the tone. Like, we'll probably talk about other things as well, but it seems that they're just throwing out these patches without really testing the consequences, like behind the reasoning. Which, like, I think like Lars has changed that we'll probably talk about later. I think they've just thrown that out there as a response to something, and they've not really tested the other aspects.
Yeah.
Bro, it's they're kind of all over the fucking place, bro, with this game at the moment. It's weird. It's like such a fun, solid launch. And then like most everybody in the community, man, is fucking hating on it, bro. You seen Knee lately? Oh man, that guy is not fucking happy. He's right, and I'm right behind him. You know, I'm Team Knee all the way. I don't give a fuck what it says. Somebody, Mira Bomb, said in the Twitch chat they nerf Safina's backdash randomly, which I'm okay with personally, but.
I think they're putting it back though.
Yeah, some animation bug or whatever, right? Leading it to be not as effective as it should be. Yeah, that's.
They said stop running and fight. That's what they said. They said stop running and fight. That's what they wanted throughout the whole fucking game. And then they forgot to nerf they forgot to nerf Zafina's backdash when the game came out. I was like, oh shit, she's still running. Okay, time to change that.
It's actually
a point to make on that, but just give me 2 minutes again. Sorry.
That's all good. It's actually kind of funny when you think about it. Now with the change, Azucena's 3-2 whiffing, you get more evasion off that than you do Zafina's backdash.
I don't know if
further. It's crazy.
See, was this the second Azucena wall running 3-2 nerf?
No, so this is the first one. This is the one we're on right now. There's another change coming up. I think they've said what they're going to do next is they're going to make it. I think they're adding 5 frames of recovery to it.
Yeah. I'm reading it right now.
And she won't fly it as far, I think. Like the distance.
Oh, they need to do something about that because like
it should just go across the screen.
Yeah, end up full screen. Even if you're like perfect dash up, back turn punish, and it'll just whiff, or like it won't hit, or she'll recover in time.
Well, she can do a back facing parry as well. So like if you run up there with a mid and she just spams the parry, you should probably avoid it anyway.
Thing though, right? Like Drag had that thing going on back in T7. Like he still kind of has it now going on. Like while running 2, if like you like, if he even if he whiffs it, he's like away. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I don't like. What I'm trying to say is like if we're doing that to while running 3-2, like what about while running 2 from Drag?
No, you're totally right, Eunice. Thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Get them on it now.
I'm shooting myself in the foot. Right? But like, why? Like, if this is happening to Azucena, why is it not happening to other characters that had a very similar fucking problem, right? And why are they addressing it now?
I feel like with Azucena, it's more obvious an issue, just how much that move's getting rinsed and how much of a spotlight there is on it at the moment. Like, but it's like you say, it does happen with a lot of running moves in general. But yeah, with Azucena, it's especially egregious, just like the evasion.
Yeah. Like, I think with Drag, there are ways to do it. Like, because after you rinsed me, I watched a couple of videos to try and see if I could step it a bit better. And there are ways of doing it. So, yeah, I think it's, as I said, it was just a bit crazy. So, a bit more of a problem that they need to fix before Evo.
I'm still like, see the whole thing, right? Like, I'm still concerned about. Like, was it's just the chip damage in general when you're playing against certain characters. Like obviously Zhao Yu, for example, is still like I'm not even bothered about the mix up she does at the end of her strings. I'm not even bothered about that anymore because that's what this game is. But it's the chip damage you get just for blocking. Do you know what I mean? And if the game wants you to fight back, right? How are you gonna fight back in situations that you genuinely just fucking can't?
Yeah.
Do
I
you know
think
what
I think
Like,
Nina's quite bad for that as well. Like, there's definitely been situations where I've been on the defense and blocking a lot of her stuff, and I've noticed half my health just disappeared, just gone.
yeah, and it's like how you meant to fight back, right? When you've been forced, like when you're forced to not when you can't fight back at all, when you're in a position where you can't fight back at all, how you meant to fight aggressive? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just doesn't make any sense. It's starting to make a little less sense as I play the game, and I was in full root of this game, like the way it was going. I was like, all right, cool. I prefer everybody fighting instead of like doing neutral down 4 and then running away. I much prefer that. But now it's just like you want us to fight back, right? Okay, so give us a reason to, rather than here force you in this situation and then you just taking all this damage just for being a bit defensive.
Yeah, I definitely think that the overall mood at the moment is a lot more sour than I would have thought. Like, what we're not even 3 months in yet. It's been like 2 months and a bit. And when you consider, I think it was like Alistair was saying, like how positive the reception was at the start, like how fresh it felt. There wasn't a lot of complaints. Like naturally, there's balance complaints, but that's any game that comes out. And I think a lot what we were saying and what other people were saying is it was amazing how well put together everything was and how solid it was considering it's a first version, because there's been no arcade. There's like a couple betas, but not a lot of adjustments in between. And it still is the case. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think for a lot of people after the first patch, it's like, oh god, like if that's a bug fix patch, what's gonna happen when they're actually making like major balance adjustments?
Yeah, I think that's the main problem, that like folk are willing to be patient. It's just the direction that these last couple of patches have went in that's the problem.
It doesn't help they also doing shit like the fucking Tekken Shop. Characters weren't. Am I right in saying new characters weren't included in like the deluxe version of the game or some shit like that?
No, they are. There was issues with like redeeming them or something. Like they weren't showing up. But it was like a wee bug people were having where they couldn't redeem them in PlayStation Store or whatever. But
even at that, so the Tekken Shop, microtransactions, and then a battle pass, bro. On top of that, like, bro, you're just finding every fucking way possible.
And
to annoy people, man.
It'd be one thing if the battle pass included like good stuff, like new stuff we'd not seen before, but like a lot of it is like stuff ported for T7. And like, it's not like porting stuff for T7 is like free. Like obviously it takes a bit of effort, but like you're like level 37 and you're getting like a thing panel from T7. It's like, oh okay. And obviously there's been enough jokes made about the fucking default asset ball you get. Like
yeah,
what is that all about, man?
I get when the devs are saying, oh, it's not free to be able to do this stuff. You sold like what 7 million copies or something like that of Tekken 7. Am I right in saying that? Am I fucking way off of that number?
I think Crada said it went over 10 now.
Right, let's just say fucking 7, right? Even if that's wrong. They sold that, plus I think all the DLC pack, fucking blah blah blah, all the additional shit that came with Tekken 7. They sold 2 million, bro. 2 million of Tekken 8 in like 2 weeks, bro. Like, the fucking don't try and pull the wool over people's eyes and justify development costs and all that. You've already got people unhappy with the core element of Tekken, which is the fucking gameplay, and then you start adding. I suppose that shit's not Harada's fault. That will be like uppers from Bandai Namco that's maybe pushed that onto the game. You know what I mean?
I doubt there's many people on the team who are like, oh yeah, I'm really enthusiastic about a battle pass. Like it's clearly just a modern reality that it needs to be included for whatever reason. Like
I would have said, don't even waste someone's fucking half day on Tekken Ball, bro. Why is that shit in the game, bro? Do you know what I mean? Either like, don't waste development time on shit like that. You could have made fucking Jin's costume from T3 10 times over, bro, probably in the time it took you to make fucking Tekken Ball.
Tekken Ball is where it's at. Though. Listen, don't you dare just Tekken Ball.
That's the thing. Tekken Ball is like.
This is Tekken 3. That's a classic.
A lot of people ask for that.
Yeah, Tekken Ball. I will defend Tekken Ball, especially because right this moment as we're recording this, there's a Tekken Ball event being run by Richie and Joker, which Dusty was participating in, but we won't talk about how well he did. You had fun. That's all that matters.
I won the whole thing. Let's just pretend I did that. I won the whole thing.
You won the whole thing. You won it
I won
within an hour. You were ready to record straight away.
Oh yeah, within an hour I was ready. I was a late day at the office.
Yeah, I don't. It's like I say, because I think like Street Fighter was the same thing when it came out. It's like I bought like the deluxe edition that includes all the DLC characters and some costumes, and a battle pass gets announced, and you're like, oh well, fucking hell, here we go. And like none of the battle pass stuff is included in either of the deluxe, like the deluxe or ultimate editions, both for Street Fighter and Tekken, which is like, okay, you could have told us about that. In fact, Wesley, you'll remember, fucking, I think the patient zero for this was Crash Team Racing when it came out. There was no transactions or anything, and then 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, it got patched in, and you're like, okay, well, clearly that's just a gambit to get better reviews and impressions, and then they add it later on.
There's so many franchises that have done that in the last couple of years.
Again,
it's a common trend right now.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, it's just a common trend with games and like reality of like just getting more money out of people. And
personally, I don't have an issue with it. I never purchase microtransactions or like I'll buy necessary DLC and that I need to learn characters or whatever. I'm not personally affected by it. It's just whack. The game has got so many problems with it, and then they add this shit on top. So like, it's just a snowball effect, bro, of pissing off the fans.
Yeah,
I don't think it would have been as much of an issue had the game been in a wee bit of a better state balance-wise.
The thing is, though, this game is still like this is the first time they've ever done something without a proper arcade release, right? This is the first time they've ever done that, and I don't think they were prepared for this. I don't know if I'm right in saying that they weren't prepared for how like I don't know how to say it. Basically, like when you're doing something the first time, you won't really get it right the first time. You know what I mean?
I get your point, but we also had 5 seasons worth of Tekken 7. You know what I mean? Like I understand that there's going to be wee things that they need to work out, but the community's not asking them to fucking move mountains, bro. They want like shit nerfed, like Dragonov down back 3+4. You know what I mean? They want, as the saying is, fucking well running 3-2 or whatever it is, to not just be an absurd fucking spam move. But instead of doing that, they go and change a system mechanic. Do you know what I mean? And fuck up wall combos.
At least with Azasena, the first change was a bit of a miss, but it seems like with the new change, it's going to be better. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Who knows? It could be even worse somehow. But it's a bit of an odd place because like you could see what they were going for a lot of the changes for the first one, but I think there wasn't a lot of forethought or forethinking into like what these changes could mean and impact. It's like we're gonna get into this because I don't get this. So a lot of characters who go into stance or get forced into stance, Rage Art will beat everything. And you've seen in the first patch that they did, that was a thing with King Jaguar Run where they made it so you could block out of it. And for a lot of us, like King's already really good. Why? Like one option that's consistent. Okay, fair enough. Whatever, you can block. Rather than making Lars be able to block out of Sen, it's Sen, right? It's Sen.
It's Den.
Den. Rather than making him just be able to block, like okay, fair enough. It'd be fucked up if he was able to like constantly loot pressure, fakey, not fakey. You decide to make a move that's +3, and you can step after it, but it takes a bit of commitment. You've got to make a good read on it, and because Rage Art would beat it, and now you make it +5 so that Rage Art doesn't beat it anymore, and you just can't step. You just have to take the 50-50. Why?
Yeah, I think that's what I was talking about earlier, and just the fact they've just thrown that in there without considering the whole sidestep aspect. That they've not dived into the layers of like what the change will affect. They've just thought, oh, we'll just stick that in there. That'll patch it. There'll be no problems. But then, yeah, it's just made it worse.
Yeah, and that's a large main saying that, by the way, just so we're clear, just so everybody's clear. Yeah, I don't know. It's like you say. I think obviously there's a lot going on in terms of development because they're developing new characters, balance patches, fixes in the background, developing stuff for the shop, assets and all that. It's probably just a case of somebody was like, okay, well, large players are complaining that Rage Art beats everything. Okay, fuck it, make it 2 more frames plus, whatever. Fine, done. Yeah, I don't know. It's a similar vein to. Is there maybe more that could have been done in regards to Devil Jin and Kazuya's Ender? Because it's one thing to see Heaven's Gate or whatever it's called, be like, okay, it breaks stage gimmicks when it probably shouldn't, or it seems a bit much that he's able to do this in certain combos. Okay, look at the move, change how it works. Like, obviously, I'm not going to go into the detail of how the game works in the background because I've got no fucking idea. But it's one thing to like look at that and change the moves specifically, but it's another thing to change how the whole system works, just to fix that. Like to adjust that, and then the consequences of that are been ridiculous in terms of how many characters have been impacted, how many niche situations, how many mini combos. Like I don't play Asuka, right? But I think one of the examples was like she gets like a low slump knockdown, and then she's able to use her heat, or was it like up almost to her? No, it's actually the heat smash, isn't it? Usually it would floor break, and you're like, okay, that's a cool niche combo situation for Asuka mains that can learn it and they can optimize from there. Then you just can't do it. It just doesn't work anymore. It's just
So am I right in saying that? Sorry, the point behind the whole catalyst for this fuck up, monumental fuck up, Bandai Namco, listen to me, was nerfing the. It was a scaling issue with Heaven's Gate.
Right.
Was that what it was? So when you broke a floor with Heaven's Gate, it reset the scaling or something like that? That appears to be from what I'm looking at the patch notes.
I didn't even realize it was related to scaling. I thought it was just related to the stage gimmicks with how it interacted with it.
I don't disagree with Heaven's Gate. Oh wait, do I disagree? Hold on, I've tripped myself up there big time.
Well,
Heaven's Gate good to break floors.
Yeah,
I don't see why it shouldn't. That's
the main thing. It's like a communication thing and like a visibility thing, and it like you look at the animation, you're like, okay, it makes sense that it floor breaks, and now it just doesn't. And I think I think VDX had a big video about the patch and like the ramifications of it and what it means. It's like you see like a lot of it visually just doesn't make sense anymore. Like there's a lot of thing examples where they get a low slump near the wall, pick them back up, shoulder, doesn't break the wall anymore. And it just doesn't. It visually just doesn't make sense anymore.
So I just don't understand how this comes from fixing a scaling issue with two characters. How does that fuck things up for the rest of the cast?
Well, I think it's related to the state that they're in, the state that a character who's been attacked is in when they're like on the ground. They're like they're on the ground, but they're in like the slump where they're slightly up, and you can still hit them with grounded moves. And then in that case, you get the hit grab with the Heaven's Gate, and then you can floor break. But yeah, I don't know. And it's also interesting because we've got the follow up patch coming up soon. I think we said it's next week, isn't it? I think it's on Monday, on the 16th.
Yeah,
just
13.02.
Yeah, just immediately date this episode. But I think they're fixing two main issues, which is the Zafina backdash one. As funny as that is, that probably should be fixed. Yeah, and also there's an issue currently where I don't even know how this happened. I can't remember what it was related to, but where tornadoes at the wall. Now they don't give like they would always give pretty consistently they would give a high wall splash. You could do different kind of combo, but now they just sort of just flop in front, so like your combos drop half the time now at a lot of certain angles. I was noticing it with Jin, like a lot of time my CD1 just like it hits, but then I don't get like a full combo after it.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what it says here because this is actually funny. I'm looking at the patch notes and it's like literally like 6 things. So pardon me. Okay, so for the tornado one, in version 1.03.01, adjustments were made to the collision detection between characters and walls to address the issue of slipping through opponents and whiffing when performing a rage art after executing a tornado near a wall. However, as a result, certain existing combos became inconsistent. Therefore, we have reverted this adjustment.
Right.
So to be honest, after reading that, saying it aloud, I don't even get it.
So the back to where they started. Yeah, because I think there was like a lot of these situations where like you do tornado and then immediately rage art and then just some camera fuckery would happen.
Yeah.
Then I guess to affect that they reduced like how the tornado animation works, but maybe not quite how they intended. Whereas like okay, you can see the justification behind that. We're back to square one with reverting it anyway, which is like fine, okay, fair enough. But again, that's included in this new patch, this hotfix that's coming out. But I really do wonder what they're going to do with the stage interactions, because that's probably been the biggest complaint like out of the first patch is like where have all these interactions gone now, and I don't think there's been any communication about that yet. I don't think so anyway.
Yeah, I mean it's almost like they don't know what to do, which is weird. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean no doubt all these guys like Karada and Murray and I always forget the name Nakatsu or whatever.
I think it's the cat too.
Yeah,
Something like that. But I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
But do you know what? Perhaps it's like they're just not used to UE5. So I don't know. Maybe when they change certain things in UE5, it's kind of like I always hear, like coding. Like when people code, sometimes they'll change something in a code and it will change something somewhere else up the code. Is it like that? I don't know shit about
Well, I mean,
nothing.
it just in general, like with like a game as complex as Tekken, like you change like one thing and it has all these ramifications that you just don't even realize until you like test it hundreds of times.
You have to change the rest of it as well to match what that one thing is saying, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's a shit ton of work, especially if you're. I think like let's say if you change something like with water running 3-2 with as a center, right? And that means is that you don't just do it to that move and then it pretty much has an effect on all the characters without having to do anything. You have to do that with every single character. So if you change something with a wall running 3-2 with, let's say like with drag, then you got to do that with the same thing and you got to repeat it. Is that how it works?
Yeah, and that's why you're more likely to see cases like this where you make a system change instead, because you think, okay, it'll cover all the bases, and then it leads to all this, it just fans out and like a lot of stuff gets affected.
That kind of sounds like when I'm at work or something, I can't be arsed making this one change, so I have to do something else to avoid doing that change in the first place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel that too. I think I feel that too because I'm a software guy, and yeah, there's a lot of situations like that definitely. Where like you make one little change and you think, oh, that's fine, and then a week later it comes back and you broke like like two things, and you're like, fucking hell, how did that happen? And you spend like the next like few hours trying to fix it, and yeah, I don't envy them at all. And it's so difficult with like you're making all these changes, and again you're having to work on other features and characters and stuff, but all these like people screaming about trying to fix all this stuff, and then there's only so much you can do because it's not like you can release like patches every day,
Yeah,
like you have to go through certification and get tested and fixed and all that sort of thing, and it's tough.
You're working to a deadline as well. See, when you're working to a deadline, that's the pressure just keeps coming and coming, and then you have like you got higher ups or something like coming at you telling you when's this getting done, when's this getting done.
Yeah, because there's probably like hundreds of guys on the team that are just like us, and they're like, oh fuck, we need to fix these system things and like all the balance adjustments. But then you got the higher ups who are like, hey, when's that shop coming out, by the way? Like, like they're obviously the money guys, and the guys above are going to be pushing that as like, no, that's the priority because that's the moneymaker. But
so they're working on. So what it sounds like is like they're working on too many things at the one time.
And again, if you're not used to working on all these things at the same time, then it's going to be really difficult to plan that out and manage it properly.
Yeah, and then you start losing your mind, losing your hair and everything. And then you end up calling it quits or something like that.
Really creating a scenario here.
Actually, to Eunice's point, Michael Murray does look like he's aged like 20 fucking years since his dream.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously,
you looking at him in the Tekken top, but that guy looks like he's never slept a day in his fucking life. Good guy, man. Must be stressed out because he's like Harada's one up above where he was previously. Murray's in Harada's old seat. No, is that not what happened at like the end?
I want to say Murray's something like what the franchise director or whatever. I'm not 100%. I don't know because I think Harada's like a general Bandai Namco like guy now. He's not just solely focused on Tekken. But it's man. I think I'd tap out after like a week. I'd be like, nah, fuck that, man. Like all the shit you have to deal with, like.
Especially when you
and then imagine like you're dealing with all this pish, and then you go out on the lunch break and you check your Twitter, and like GodX Mishima 69 is like calling you a dick because you made a change to one of your characters. Like what? Like you get there's no thanks, there's no nothing. It's
especially if you consider the work culture in Japan, bro. Like they don't go, it's 5 o'clock, man, I'm going up the road, bro. These cunts like fucking 17 hours a day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the work culture, like East Asian work culture is like they it's the worst, man. Like even like Cameron was saying, like when he was working as a teacher, he was working mad hours. Like he never got time to himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely don't envy them, man. And it must be tough. Like you're trying to work on the game as best you can, and you're getting so many messages like, oh, these guys are lazy, the guys don't care. Like, of course they fucking care. Of course they do. Like, but it's just the realities of like game development and like working and shit like that. It's just you're not gonna be able to manage everything.
Not to mention, we've also had like plugin was a pure massive issue in the game. People were also cheating as well. Like, like you'd play against a fucking, I don't know, Alisa, and she would have a big fucking metal box run on shit like that. Like, not to mention all these other things. I do appreciate that it's probably a lot on the fucking shoulders at the moment.
That's one thing actually. They fixed the disconnection rate thing. You can now actually see people. So you can see a lot of guys who are like serial pluggers, like they've got a 40% rate, and you're like, fucking hell. Mad.
And am I right in saying that more people that plug will get more likely paired with other people that plug?
Yeah.
They've put that in as well, so that's good.
They sort of jailed them off. It's like
they're listening. They're listening because that's what we said last month. We said let the pluggers fight each other.
Yeah,
who said that? Was that me or Jason? I think it was Jason who said that.
I think both.
Must be watching the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, they're specifically watching it right now. Actually, yeah. Shout out to Murray. Shout out to Murray for watching. And
they're listening to us. They're listening to us.
Yeah.
Anybody got any requests? Just put them in now.
I'll be done by next month. I just told him it like shit, so I hope he's not watching.
That's crazy. We said that last month. Before they did that. Let the pluggers fight each other. I think it was Jason who said that. I had a different idea. I was proposing all sorts of.
Oh, you wanted to do the jury thing, didn't you? Where they come.
Oh yeah, on Twitter.
Yeah, I wanted them to like try to defend themselves, and I was just sit back and laugh at them while they try to fucking talk their way out of it.
Yeah, no, it's funny because I was saying that about like games like Counter-Strike and that they'll make it so like modders and cheaters just have to play against each other. You've got these mad games, but it's definitely a good solution. Like, because what's going to happen is you get in a couple games in and then you're playing against someone who's plugging and you're like, oh god, like how am I going to fix this? You know.
Speaking of modders, did you see that whole controversy around the Tekken 7 mod or TekkenMods.com or some shit like that?
Yeah,
I think there's still a discrepancy to be ironed out there because from what I read, it was more relative to them using official Tekken logos or branding over the mods, more so than the mods themselves. But with this, pardon me, with this supposed pressure that might be coming for them to shill fucking microtransactions, we could be looking at that getting shut down. Again, not personally affected. I don't really ever use mods or anything in the game, so I don't care. But it is a bit nuts that all this is going on.
Yeah, I've not been keeping up with a lot of T8 mods so far, but it's like you say, I did a decent amount of stuff for T7, just stuff that didn't really break the game because I know there's a lot of stuff online like it would break some things with stages and that. But yeah, it's a bit sketchy, definitely, because I know they were quite hands off at the end of T7 because I think there was an argument to be made that a lot of mods were improving the game, giving it longevity. It's like, oh, it's like a cool character skin, it's a cool stage skin, But again, when it's a brand new game like this and they're selling stuff like costumes and assets, it makes a lot more sense. And I think it's like you say, like there's been tweets and like YouTube videos and that taken down and like copyright strikes and that. But I think the specific complaint that's been referenced a lot on Twitter is regarding Tekken mods, which, like you mentioned, but again, it's potentially related to the fact that they're using like Tekken, like copyrighted materials and trademarks and that, and they're not like it's not marked. Like I think it's Wavy Wiki is like the wiki equivalent for Tekken, has like all the disclaimers on the bottom, like owned by Bandai Namco, non-profit, that sort of thing. Yeah, I need to see how it develops because there's also a few signs that like we're not sure where it's coming from. Like it could be a company that's acting on behalf of Namco. It's not directly from them,
Right.
But we need to see how that develops because it is pretty whack. Like it doesn't look good that a lot of this stuff is happening right around when the Battle Pass is announced and the shop is announced. Because like I'll happily pay for like what Tekken 4's like Tekken 4 Jin's like outfit and all that, but when it comes like people are modding like other stuff, it's like a bit sketchy,
I think overall they put too much pressure on themselves by doing everything in one go, especially since this is the first one without an arcade release, and they're just immediately just go at this point for them. Like they're working themselves to their bone, but they put themselves in that position by just just not taking their time with it, especially with the TWT around the corner. And because of that, that's ruined a lot of shit, and like that's why these balance patches are taking a shitload of time. Like yeah, they're not the changes that people are wanting quick enough, but they're coming, right? They're starting, but they're doing it little by little, like I've been saying before. But it's gonna take if this whole Tekken Shop thing is still going and all that, and like they're getting like work to the bone about it, then those balance patches are gonna be they're gonna take their sweet time with that, like, but not because they want to, because like they've got other stuff as well on the side.
I think it's just a problem of managing expectations, because like it's like a modern gaming thing, and like just a lot of modern fighting games as well. Is like there's so much expectation for like features and netcode and balance patches and stuff coming out. Well, and Street Fighter is doing it a bit differently, where they're not doing major patches, but like it's still like a prevalent thing. Like you've got, like I say, you've got so many voices shouting out, like, we need this, we need that, we need this, and then you've got the pressure from above, and yeah, it's like you say, it's just so tough managing all of it.
It's a tough working environment, man. It's a tough industry, and like it's not. It's like a lot. Like I heard the different companies like Ubisoft or something like went through that kind of thing where like they tried to make the perfect game and stuff like that. They tried to add this and add DLCs and whatnot, and people just got sick and tired of it and just didn't buy the games anymore.
Mm.
And now it's like now we're watching kind of our game kind of go through that kind of thing where like people are beginning to have enough of it now. Or
Yeah.
even a guy who's like from Korea who's been playing this game since like Tekken fucking 5 is now like starting to get fucking upset now.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's just a bit of a wobble at the start, because that happens, you know. Like you get bad patches, you get good patches. Like God knows everybody remembers the T7 patch where they made home and hell sweeps and home and electrics. Like that was like infamous.
Yeah, I mean it's not the first time Lars has had an OP patch. I remember when it was like forward 2-1 into Rage Drive was guaranteed. That lasted for like a week or something, and then they got patched back. So you know it happens from now and time to time.
You wish you had a tournament run with that forward 2-1, didn't you?
Oh man, yeah, it was so short lived.
Yeah, I don't.
10 frame Rage Drive punish.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna change the Den free thing for like, because they've not mentioned it.
I would hope they would. Just for me, it seems a simple. Just like bring it back down to like +3, or maybe even reduce it a wee bit more, and just make it like so you cancel. You don't have to go into the stance. Just Den 3. Then you can make even the cancelled version like more minus, like they do on other moves. So
Yeah,
See, the thing is, see with that, like, what's the like? Because I don't like, I'm not seeing the problem. Like, is it because like it forces you into a mix-up or something?
So yeah, so now that it's +5, you can no longer step Sen 1. So you're just it's a pure guessing game. You can't step it. It's just you have to take it.
So okay, so like, so what's the mix-up? Is it like what, like the silent entry
So I
2?
think like typically, yeah, like Sen 1 or Sen 2, so low or mid. But like you can't step. Like you could step both options before, but you can't do that now.
Or like the Sen 2. To be fair, right? See the Sen 2, which is the low thing, right?
Yeah,
That is reactable. You can react to that.
you can react to a certain point, but because obviously you can also delay. You don't have to like go straight into Sen 1. You can kind of like delay it a bit, so it's still a straight up guess.
Okay. I mean, okay, fair enough. I like.
I
You're
think
you're
the problem that they're facing is, you know, that we're talking about a bit more. I really think Bandai Namco doesn't want to renege on this aggression thing. Nee actually put it a really good way. Nee, when he was talking, he made a tweet a couple of last week, 2 weeks ago. Let me see if I can find it. In fact, do you know what, I'll fucking paraphrase it. We'll do it live. He said like the concept of aggression is sort of superficial in Tekken 8. It's all just like forced mix-ups and thingy, and I feel like they really don't want to go back on that. Which is why when they're making these changes, it's something stupid. Like in my head, when I'm thinking about Azucena while running 3-2, for example, immediately I'm thinking, why not remove the jailing from the mid-high, but add a mid-mid option instead that's like -9. Do you know what I mean? So it can't be abused if, you know, the opponent blocks it. Also, but like it adds a bit more of a mind game to it rather than just a fucking forced. You know, you either sidestep or sidestep a block for down forward 1 or some shit.
Yeah, I think that's the thing people are complaining most about is like in Tekken 7, just like all like the sort of mix up situations, you'd always have multiple options to get out of it. Whereas now it's becoming more of just like a pure 50-50 guess. Like
Yeah.
you have to hold this, you have to guess, rather than having different options like backdash and sidestep and interrupting and stuff like that. It's a pure on you have to guess this, low, mid, that's it, guess.
They just didn't need to make everything like that. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't need to have fucking home and grabs, plus a heat burst, plus a heat dash, plus all these moves that make a force 50-50. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get limiting. I get wanting to limit players' option selects to things because we don't want. Pardon me, sorry. We don't want a repeat of fucking Zafina and Infinite just backdashing and turtling away. We don't want. I mean, even Nee when he won Evo last year, bro, he got like fucking 18 timeouts, bro. Like one by timeouts, bro, in his sets. He fucking won the final game by almost by timing out. You know what I mean? I get that you don't want that shit, but it doesn't mean you just need to make everything that ridiculous. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I feel like
I think
they probably
they're trying not to renege on that.
they probably tried and tested it like before the game came out and stuff like that. They probably tried and tested it, like, you know, put two players together, right, and see if they could play if they still play that certain way, right, in T8, right. They probably tried and tested that, and then they were like, nah, this is still kind of like T7. Let's try and make it more like T8. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they were trying to they tried to figure out a way, and then this is probably the best way that they could possibly have thought of. That's what I think.
I don't know. I feel like the whole heat system was taken from what would have been a Tekken X Street Fighter mechanic, and they've just built so weirdly around it. I don't know. That I can't shake that feeling from it.
I will say one thing. The homing grabs should stay though, because I want them to stay because it's great. I want you to guess. Like, if you could break the grabs, show me you can break the grabs. I want you to fucking guess.
It's so stupid though, man. Not to mention the counter hit grabs being 9 frames as well. It's too much, bro.
Yeah.
It's the combination of the two things. If it was one or the other, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's like you step and you press a button and then it's like it tracks you halfway around, and you also just have to guess the break straight away. You can't even react. It's like, yeah.
On top of that, man, so many of the fucking characters right now have got such crazy hurt boxes and ghost range, bro. It's hard enough to fucking sidestep them in the first place. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, I've seen like you know, Big Nose plays Reina, right? So me and him were having a set one time, right? And I did a clean ass sidewalk, right? And he still clipped me on a 180. I was 180 behind his back. He still clipped me, and she was still going forward away from me. And he was on his stream. He was like, okay. He was like he had enough of this shit, and he was playing Steffi Black on Twitter, like on Tekken again, and the same thing kind of happened. Like, he did like the 1-2 string from Reina, and like he still managed to get into the wall, even though he was nowhere near the fucking wall.
Do you know? So why then, on top of bullshit like that, do you also want fucking homing counter hit grabs? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just the game is too bloated. It's too saturated with all this. I get that they don't want to renege on the aggression factor, but they need to fucking, I don't know, reinvent the wheel. In regard to, do you know what I mean? They need to find some different way. If the general mechanics of the game aren't fluid, adding all the toppings like that, you know, it's just gonna it's.
See the thing is about your point about the aggression, right? I 100% get that. I 100% do, right? I feel like the game should be less mix uppy and, you know, a little bit more spacing here and there. I get that. But see the grabs, right? They had no use in T7 for the grabs. They had no use for them. Like,
I agree.
Like, no, when someone got grabbed in T7, like in a TWT event, it was like, holy shit, you just got grabbed, and like that was it. Now they have more use for them. Like you could actually use them for a reason now. See, it's T7, right? I barely used a grab on anyone because I was like, what's the point? They're gonna break it anyway because it's that fucking easy. The only reason you'd ever use a grab if you were playing King or Armor King, that was it.
I feel like if that's a good, I do agree. Tekken 7 throws in the late stage weren't the best. Not that they weren't the best. They were just too easy to break. Fucking shorten the break window instead. Then, do you know what I mean? Also, they should have reverted on the changes that they made from Tag 2 to Tekken 7, and that there's generic grabs and command grabs for each hand, plus 1+2 command grabs. Why? So there's another layer to Tekken 8's fucking madness. You've still got generic grabs and command grabs and homing 1+2 grabs. What the fuck?
Yeah, I
And
feel like
unbreakable ones. Don't forget the unbreakable ones as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's a fucking shit show. Well, respectfully, I like the game, bro. I really like the game you're running. But it's
this is what I mean though, because like I think when the game came out, we were all very positive about it. Like, oh, I can't believe how good a shape it is, considering it's the first version. And then all it takes is like one or two shaky patches, and then it just completely like changes everybody's perceptions and thoughts towards the game. Even if you don't think the game is in that bad a state, which I don't. Like, I will say like, it's like one or two patches away, like good patches, not whatever the fuck the previous one was, but one or two good patches away from being in a really good place, and it's right before TWT, like you say. And it's good that this fix is coming before Evo Japan, because I was thinking Evo Japan was this weekend, which thank God it isn't. We'll get one change at least, and maybe another one. I don't know. But it's like I say, it's close. It's still close. It's just a bit shaky with the recent one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely still positive and willing to give it time and see what the patch is. But I think I do remember watching a video a while back when they were revealing all like the new stuff, and they were talking about the patch initially, and they said that they were actually more keen to buff characters that were on the lower end rather than nerf characters, which is a bit worrying.
Yeah,
like I'd rather obviously. I think they need to focus on nerfing some of the more stronger characters than buffing some of the weaker ones.
Yeah, I'll say I love Corey Gaming, man. Right, YouTuber. He does some of the best videos on YouTube, like fighting game stuff. That we should buff more than nerf video has done irreparable damage to discourse in terms of like balancing and shit. Because as soon as you talk about nerfing a character, there's some guy that comes in that's like, no, you should just buff everybody else. Like, no. I want King, Azucena, Zhao Yu, Dragonov. Get him in the bin. I don't want everybody to be buffed to this comical like clown show level. I want like them to be not killed, obviously. Just like trim them down a little bit, dumb down some of the.
Everybody's kind of like a similar.
I like how you sneakily missed out Jin from that list there, bro.
Look, I will agree. The Ghost Ranger's a bit ridiculous. Yeah. Okay. You're right. You're right. Fair enough. But
yeah. No, you're totally on the ball, Greg. You're totally on the ball because they've just buffed everything. Do you know what I mean? They've not even went and just buffed the weaker characters to match the strong characters. They've just went and buffed all the fucking system mechanics. It's who buff? Unbuff. Sorry.
I was just going to say, it's like, I would say Lars isn't a top tier character, but he's getting pretty obnoxious as time's going on, and if things aren't changing, then it just becomes any character is just going to be obnoxious and not fun to play against.
See, that's the thing with the power creep. Is like, you imagine putting this Lars into the start of T7, everyone be like, "What the fuck is this? Like, what?
Yeah,
what
it's slaughtered.
Yeah, like what is going on? Like, it's yeah.
It's funny because some of the characters feel like they've been left back in Tekken 7. Like Law and Paul, they don't feel a whole lot different like to when they were in T7. Like everybody else got these mad changes, but Law and Paul kind of just stayed pretty much the same. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can think of with Paul is that he's got that mad okay that like with the down back 2-1. I think it is.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Yeah,
that's pretty nasty. But other than that, there's really nothing they've changed about him.
Oh, fuck, sorry, boy, I'm coughing.
Yeah. And again, that guard break thing is another like sort of system thing they've been pushing towards, is more like guard break situations.
I don't like that. I do not like that. See with Devil Jin as well, with Devil Jin players, they do the Kamehameha thing, right?
Yeah.
And then you get 1-1-2 for no reason, and you're just like, why? Why?
Yeah.
What was the point?
That Brian one on the 3+4. It's like 3+4 is already a cracked crazy move, and you give it a natural extension. -1 on block, and you can also charge it, and it just gives you guard break, and it wall splash. Like fucking okay.
Yeah, I think we have to mention Jack as well. Guard break into heat smash. Like, come on. Okay.
Just watch out, by the way, because Jack's in the
I'm sorry, I had to mention it because I was playing yesterday and I got pushed through a wall with that shit.
Since Jack is in the chat, I do want to mention he did one down his old down back 1 back from T7. I just want to say to Jack, it's never happening. You'll never get your old down back 1 back. Never. It's in the bin. It's in the bin.
give me my knockdown.
He'll deal with it.
Give me my knockdown on counter hit down back 4 for Jin, and yeah, we'll see. But yeah,
You can have that if they take away.
I love you, Jack. I promise.
You can have that if they take away down to counter hit, bro.
Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, I take it back. I'm alright. Actually, I think it's fair.
Just nerf the range a bit, for God's sake.
Down to.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. Just give that.
Range 3 counter hit load.
Who's down to?
Jins.
Man, I'd rather be in a hellish OK situation if he got knocked down with it, and then he's got what fucking 25 moves that he can put out for OK, then get launched for it.
No. That's just as bad, because like fucking watching Sully fucking hell sweep me and Carberry fucking 4 or 5 times, right? And then like you just, it's like you stuck. It's like fucking Kazuya Vortex. You just eat, like, you have to guess every fucking time on the ground. But come on, man.
Not to downplay, but it's not quite that level. But it's
no,
it's
man,
okay.
fight back. Fucking fight back.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be different if like Jin had like a steel pedal, but his like mid is like CD1, which is, it's tough to get out in like the fastest situations like that, and like the guaranteed situations. Down 2 for OK is like so good though. Like if you had down 2 in T7, that'd be crazy. But
the CD1 electric, if I'm not mistaken, is only -11 or something, isn't it? On block.
I want to say 13, but I don't know if that's right. But
pretty absurd.
Yeah, it's still really good. Like, it's still good for like hitting grounded. It's the best option. But again, if you do a windy, it doesn't hit grounded. So it's not that good. It's not that good. Jin's okay.
Some of the whiff recovery on moves as well is really fucking is like annoying me now. Like, see, like, just playing Yoshimitsu and like with the mist and stuff like that. It fucking, like, when you try to go in, right, the hit the box or whatever it's called is like lingering when you try to go in, when it's visually disappearing in front of you, but the hitbox is still lingering and you're walking straight into it. It's like it's fucking annoying. And then it's like, and then what else is there? There's like there's Horang with the fucking, when he's putting you in the down 3-4 pressure, right, and then you duck the jab, right, but you even try to do like a 12 frame punish on it, but you can't because he's fucking already fucking recovered by then. It's fucking annoying.
On the note of poison breath, do you guys remember what Aiden did to me twice, or the Peaceman rather? Did to me?
Yeah.
With the rage arts, that's pretty stupid.
I rage arted his poison breath, bro, and Nina's already recovered. When she does the move, as she's doing the move, she's already recovered and can block.
She hadn't even thrown it out yet.
Yeah, man.
When you do the animation.
You just eats it and then you block it. Yeah, crazy.
It's like as the game freezes to do the rage art, the move comes out anyway. Like the mist thing, it's independent. I don't know, to the fucking rest of the game somehow. So finishes happen, but stupid.
I actually need to go through that streaming clip a few things, because there was a few situations like that and like camera switches and stuff. But
it's just
yeah.
The whiff recovery on some things is just fucking like, I can't deal with it, man. It's like I made the right guess, right? I knew I'll do, but then I got nothing out of it. Imagine trying to fucking, like, you're beating like Harang string, right? You're ducking the shit and everything, and then nothing. It's like, what's the game rewarding me for like, you know, just be aggressive and that's it. Like, come on, give me some defensive advantages at least a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's aggression's the name of the game, man. That's the whole market.
I know. I want to win for doing the right read. You know what I mean? I want to make a read, right?
7 minutes, you don't get to do that. All right, you fucking mash a grab, or you mash power crush, or you mash heat burst. You do any of the other fucking daft things that they've introduced.
Power crushes don't even fucking work anymore. The power crushes are fucking just as useless now. Like you just lose to fucking all the heat fucking mechanics and fuck knows what else, man.
The game's still fun.
Important caveat. The game's still good. The game's still good.
The game is like
to get off your chest, but
the game is like an abusive relationship. It's like you hate it one minute and you love it the next. It's very toxic. We have a very toxic relationship. I feel like the tech community has a very toxic relationship with the game. We do. We really, really do.
That's why I don't play online, bro. That's why I only play fucking lobbies, bro, or offline now. When I have to deal with this shit, bro, and ranked, watching, I'm the type that gets bothered, bro, by watching my wee fucking bar go down. Do you know what I mean? When I lose, so if I need to deal with some fucking pish and lose rank to some fucking pleb, the fuck that shit. You know what I mean?
You're gonna lose a good monitor that day.
Yeah, and you know it's so funny because like I think with like the patch and everything, we've got a new character, and like none of the discussion around it is like 2% of the discussion about Eddy, and none of it is like it's just like all of it's related to everything else. But
Oh, you mean in general or on here?
not well. One thing here. Hopefully, Wesley can give us some insight on that because I know you've been playing Eddy a wee bit. But just in a lot of discussion in general, like a lot of it's been dominated by like the shop and the patch and the discourse around.
Well, I mean, nobody gives a fuck about Eddy, bro. That's why. Like,
Wesley does. Wesley does.
Yeah, well, like, yeah, I don't right. Okay, but he's that 2%. You know what I mean? That's
I've been perfectly happily, quietly enjoying Eddy while everyone else just rages about other people's characters.
That's good.
The thing is, people should be. I think people should be paying a lot more attention to Eddy as well now because he's now even more of a problem. Like, because I met Turkey in rank the other day, and he fucking washed the shit out of me. Like, and like I was looking at the frames and stuff that he like out of the stance that he got, and I was like, this is +5. Okay, this is the fucking low hell sweep, and then I don't know, he might have some tracking options. I
think he has a lot of new stuff that people obviously just haven't labbed yet. But I think he's definitely got clear counterplay. I don't think he's got overly strong tools or anything like that.
See, the thing is, when I was playing against Turkey's Eddy, do you know the first thing I thought? I said to myself, this ain't T7 Eddy anymore. This is.
Oh yeah, he's definitely completely different.
This ain't Eddy from T7. This is not Eddy from T7. I'm like, this is completely whatever's happening here. This is not T7 Eddy anymore.
I feel like he looks more appealing, but I don't know, Wesley. When you and I played offline recently, I feel like it's like you're saying, people just need to learn a bit more. I feel like if I had a wee bit more knowledge on them, I mean, I wouldn't have struggled so much. Do you know what I mean?
He's got like a bunch of new strings, and you just basically need to know which ones you duck. There's a lot of high moves in there that if you just duck and launch, you're fine. It's just knowing which moves, because if you just keep getting hit by them, there's plus, and then in different situations. So just learn to duck.
It was taking me a lot of time when I was playing against you, because when I was playing it this weekend, that was the first time I played against Eddy. The only time actually, I've not played any online recently for reasons, because of the patch and everything, all the stuff and all online and whatever. But yeah, it's taken me, and I think it will continue to take me a lot of time to recognise like a lot of the animations, because again, a lot of it's been reanimated, and a lot of like transitions and stuff you're not used to. Like I think I lost count of the amount of times that you did whatever move or whatever punish into relax, and I got like relax hell sweep, because it's like a hell sweep now. It's not even like slippery kicks. Like every time every time you hit, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna duck this time, and I don't duck in time because I'm not ready for it, and then
a lot of new mixes in there. Like they've taken a lot of his old stuff and put in new stuff, so it's basically like a new character almost. But no, I find him a lot of
new
fun.
character. I don't know who the fuck I was playing that day, but that wasn't fucking Eddy. That wasn't. I don't know who the fuck I was playing. I don't know who the fuck I was playing. That was not Eddy. I was like, nope, this isn't it. I might need to learn this fucking character all over again.
Yeah.
After I'd done learning this fucking character when I was playing in T7 and losing to him consistently, and I was learning, then they do this shit.
Aye.
And the other problem I've been having with T8, right, is fucking some of the lows that you block, right, that look like they should be like launch punishable, right? Like, when they get a whole lot of reward, like let's say Zhao Yu or Lily, right? They get a lot of low low moves that they do, and they're not launch punishable. They're not really launch punishable or whatever, but they should be because of the reward they get from it. That's kind of annoying to deal with. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I haven't played a lot of Zhao Yu's really personally, to be honest.
No, it's fucking annoying, man. Like I remember I played on ranked, right? Like this crappy Zhao Yu player. I won't mention his stupid name. Fucking in the Latin T7, honestly kicking his ass, right? And then fucking T8, right? He starts everything he's doing, very little risk now. Even the lows, like it's like, why is that not fucking launch punch? Well, he's getting a shit ton of reward just for doing it, and I feel like a clown for blocking it. I might as well just let him fucking have the fucking thing. Here, just take the fucking. So that's another thing I wish they would fix. Like, just it's like they treat like Jack 7. You remember Jack 7 with all the frames were all over the place. Like this lows like this minus, and this slows like this. I don't know. It's hard to explain, man.
Yeah, no, I definitely do feel that sometimes. A bit less so, because I'm fortunate with Jin that I've got I14 while standing launcher. But yeah, it's definitely a bit of inconsistency, it feels like.
You also have a I-13 while standing launcher on the exploding floors with that while standing 1-3 fucking strength too.
I need to drill that in, man, because it is so good.
I remember I lost a promotion set. I lost a promotion set because some cunt did that to me. I was about to win. I did down two. Fucking cunt did exactly that. Launched me. I was like, no fucking way. I went back to replay that. Swear to God, I was like, there's no way that's.
I remember when somebody
Sorry.
found that in the beta. I was like, "There's no way that's staged. Why is that natural?" It's like a 6-inch string and it's all natural from standing.
How do you guys feel about the exploding walls and exploding floors? I personally feel like it's another big bit of noise that they've added on top of all the, you know, how we're talking about fucking power crush and heat burst, and you know, it's just another fucking layer of shite that they've added. I kind of like it, but I also find it kind of fucking annoying. So
Yeah, I think it's definitely a cool aspect, but I think they've just went overboard with it in certain situations, and like especially with like certain characters, like what's it into the stratosphere, the exploding floor. Like certain characters could get so ridiculous damage combos with that.
Like, what was wrong with just a wall break and a floor break? Why the fuck did you need to have in a game where you can launch someone, launch someone, bound them, tornado them, and spike them? Do you then need exploding fucking floors that get another launch? And and you can heat smash. You can heat dash as well, and rage up.
Listen. Here's what I think. Right, I think that shit is amazing. Like, I'd keep that shit. I'd double down on that if I was one of those fucking devs, because I think that shit is genius. Floor fucking blasts. Do you know how fucking fun that shit is? Like, we've never had that. We never had that like before Tekken games, but that shit was fucking amazing. I personally,
I agree that it's cool. It's just adding to the oversaturation. Like I said, bro, you've already got a fucking bound, a screw, and a spike. You've got wall breaks, floor breaks. Like, it's if there wasn't 3 ways to keep an opponent in a combo already, then I think it would be a lot cooler.
I think they need to take away the damage for me.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's more of a character problem thing than it is the map problem. Like, see, if you're gonna resolve that fucking issue, then you might as well make the combos less damage or whatever, right?
And it's funny we're talking about this because we're saying a big part of the issue is like the damage and the scaling. That's what the patch was meant to be addressing. And in regards to Devil Jin and Kazuya, granted, but as a result of that, it's now just impacting maybe the way we didn't expect.
I feel like these spikes need to be taken out. I don't like the spikes. The spike. I feel like that was just an unnecessary aggression fucking addition to the game.
No chance, man.
Why, man? You cannot. But you can already bound someone and tornado them. Why do you need another fucking?
You can only do that in like the final. You can only do that in the final round. And seeing that floor blast, right?
I'm talking about spikes, not the stage element.
Well, they've been patching out general spikes in regards to like they've done it with June and Jack, right? The main ones.
Nina can still do it to you like 4 times. Dragonov on certain combos can do it to you like 4 or 5 times before he tornadoes you, before he bounds you. I don't like it at all. Feng can also do it like 3-4 times in one combo as well.
Wait, when you say spikes, do you mean like the aerial spin thing?
Yeah.
Oh right, that I don't know what's going on with that mechanic. Like, because it's like an unspoken mechanic as well. Like, it's not mentioned in any like sort of tooltip on the move list or whatever. And it seems it's very uneven in terms of what characters have it. And like the characters that do, it's like you say, like Feng, Steve, like Nina, they can just use them like 3 or 4 times in a row, and it looks a bit silly because like because it goes against like a lot of the distance, like the wall travel scale, and a lot of combos and that. Like, just nullifies it completely.
Like, you can get your sort of B&B full combo on someone, and then if you've got like a wall break or a floor break or something, you can then spike them. And let's say you're Dragonov, for example, you can do back 4-2 into crazy OK mix up, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so unnecessary, the spike thing. They need to get that shit out here. You've got enough aggression. You know what I'm saying?
You know what we need? More aggression.
Was that more aggression?
More aggression.
I think
we need
we'll-
more aggression.
I think we'll get more aggression. It's a case of where it's getting.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
But I think the problem is, as you were saying, that some characters have it and some just don't have it at all. Like none, not even the slightest. No move will do it.
Yeah.
So
The one thing
basically-
they definitely need to get rid of, is the power crush into heat engagers. The becoming heat engagers. That shit is fucking stupid. I watched the Korean ATL tournament, right? In Korea, and there was this random player who was beating all the best Korean players, which is back 1+2 Victor.
Hate that move. Hate it so much.
yeah,
It's
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, why does it go to heat engager? Like, why?
I mean, Eddie kind of has one as well, so I can't really complain.
Oh yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Well, what you get?
Back
Safe,
3+4, yeah.
yeah, safe high armored heat engagers. Like the fact that not even it's just one character, it's like multiple have them. Like I was just saying that as well. Like God knows she needed it with everything else she has. But yeah.
It's gonna be a long 2 years until we get the Tekken 8 that Tekken 8 we should have, I think.
Tekken 8 Faded Retribution. I'm saying that Tekken 8
Yeah.
Faded Retribution is going to be the sickest game ever, but it's just going to be the time it takes to get to that, or like whatever. But again, I like the game. I like the release date of the game. There's been like one shaky patch. There's progress.
Here's a
that's been made.
question.
Yeah.
Sorry, here's a question for you. Right, see, like do you think other people from our other generations suffered through the same thing we're going through with different Tekkens? Like, let's say Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection.
They didn't
or
get
Tekken
patches. They had to wait years for a version update, and even then,
Yeah.
shit wouldn't be fixed.
Tekken 6 Blood Rebellion, Tekken 4, they never fixed the Jin thing with Tekken 4. They never fixed that, apparently.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a recurring theme, where like we were always getting the broken stuff, and then we're lucky to be in a generation where they're kind of fixing that now. Well, they're trying to.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if I was, I couldn't even imagine trying to compete in like Tekken 4 or Tekken 5. Like Tekken 5 release, and you're waiting for like the fix to, okay, well Steve's just gone infinite, okay. Can't enjoy that for 2 years, like, you know. Yeah. Like I say,
But it's also a bit, back in those days, I don't know how often they did that, but back in those days, people would have had no problem banning certain characters from tournaments.
yeah.
That's like a sort of like, you don't talk about that sort of shit. Now, unless it's like the character just fucking came out today or some shit. Well, like Eddy was banned, I think, in ATL, the most recent ATL, because some players wouldn't have had access to some shit.
That's like a time release thing though. Like that makes sense. Like that's pretty standard for a lot of like DLC now. But
The Leroy thing all over again. Like, everyone just knew the broken character. No one said here ban Leroy. They just went, okay, play whoever you want. No one said anything. No one
I
said
think-
anything.
yeah, I mean, there's been like niche occasions in T7 where like, actually, I don't know, was Leroy ever banned in any competitions? I feel like there was definitely a few Pakistani events that banned Fakun Ram, and there was talk of Lydia for one.
Yeah.
There was a famous one where like somebody, like some team owner wanted to get Lydia banned, but that's a whole nother story. That's a kind of worms that. Yeah, it's like you say, it's good that we've got all these amount of patches that we're avoiding situations where characters need to be banned, but you're kind of just hoping that the changes come sooner rather than later.
I don't particularly agree with banning characters in this day and age. Like I said, it's kind of like something that really wouldn't even get brought up. But it was just more to the point where they didn't get that sort of same day, almost not same day, right? But same fucking month.
Yeah.
Support and response from developers. But against my point as well, they had 5. They had, how long was when did Tekken 7 come out worldwide? 2017.
Yeah, 2017, Arcade 2015.
7 years of Tekken 7, bro, to figure out how not to release certain fucking things. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I sort of trailed off there. I don't know what I was going to say after that. But
Yeah, no, I think we're feeling a wee bit. I know we wanted to make a wee bit of a tighter episode today, just like not let it drag on too long.
yeah,
Again, I think it's very easy, and we've been a fair share of it today. Like it's easy to look at the recent update and be like quite negative about it. But again, I've said it a few times today. But game's in a decent state. The release has been good. Just hopefully we can get to the better patches and improvements sooner rather than later. And I'm sure they will. It's just a case of when.
Yeah, we just need that patch where everyone can agree that this is a good patch, and then from there, I'm sure the good vibes will return. Hopefully.
And then the next character comes out and it's over again.
Oh yeah, we'll see what the reveal is. I'll probably piss people off even more.
It's going to be Josie. It's going to be Josie.
Oh,
Josie
yeah,
Evil
sure.
Japan. Oof. Actually, yeah.
Josie's dead.
It'll probably be a reveal Evil
Don't
Japan.
you
Actually,
fucking
yeah.
dare!
That's
Don't
that's
you
good
fucking
point.
dare say that! Take that back right now.
No.
She's
off crying in the corner.
You're probably right, to be honest.
I think for the most part, man, community-wise, it's everybody is still happy with the game. It's just like a bittersweet thing because these things need to change. I personally still like it. I don't play online for personal reasons, but I'm playing offline plenty, playing lobbies plenty.
Yeah.
It's an abusive relationship, basically, and we're stuck in it. we don't want to get out.
But yeah, so are we?
I think we're good to call it there, unless there's anything else you want to bring up.
I'm okay with that.
Covered all the bases, I covered all the tournaments and that. Sign up for MIG, everybody. Hope we can do that, and hopefully by the time MIG comes around, we're a lot happier with the patch that comes out. I think it's Monday, in a few days. Hopefully we'll feel better after that one, but we'll see. Look forward to Evo Japan as well, and no doubt by the next time we're back, we'll see who the new character is and any other changes they're making. So yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I can't wait. Can't wait. So
anybody got any predictions of what they think the character will be?
I haven't seen any alleged leaks or anything, so I don't know.
I don't know. I think we're looking probably. I reckon a lot of people still. Well, in fact, maybe not. We'll see how this as I say on Nerf works out. But I think you're maybe looking at Reina, Drag, Feng. You know, we've not actually seen a lot of drags in the Korean top 8s from what I've seen. But I can't even really think of any King players or anything like that Korean wise that are.
There's a decent few Japanese King players like Hakayo.
Jin potentially, I think as well. You know,
CBM just won a ATL, yeah.
Yeah, man, like CBM's killing the fucking game right now. So
thank God.
I don't know.
Thank God he's back on Jin, man. That knock this year, it was good for him, but
it's
much prefer watching Jin, man. Yeah, I think a lot of people were like speculating there's going to be like a sea of Azucenas, like it'd be Azucena Japan, like Leroy Japan. I don't.
Yeah. There was at first.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been for the change that's coming, I thought I would have said that myself.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Again, it will be very funny to look back at this clip like after Evo Japan, no doubt. No doubt it'll be like 5 of them in top 8, but yeah. Now we'll wait and see, man. I'm excited to see it because again, like first big tournament, first like we're international competition and all that, so it'll be good to see. TWT starting this weekend, so there's a lot of dojos kicking off. Trying to watch some of those. I think the first challenger is Electric Clash in Canada, not this weekend, but next weekend. I seen Joker signed up for it, so I'll be sick to watch. Again,
cool to see a Canadian tournament come up as well. I feel like I didn't really know.
It's their biggest event. So that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, just again because I think a lot of what ingrained me to T7 scene was like watching these international events like every weekend and these challengers and all that. Like it was just nice to see TWT every weekend, seeing all the players and getting to know them and seeing all the like high moments and all that. Because that's truly what carries the game, you know. Especially for T7. Like TWT carried T7 hard, man. Like and going offline and all that. So yeah, excited to see, man. It should be good. Right, that's like our third ending. So let's just call it there, everybody. Good job, boys. Another one in the bank. Thanks everyone again for joining in, tuning in, and watching. As I say every time, hopefully we'll be back with one within the next month. We'll see. Maybe after Evo Japan or after MIG, we'll see. Or maybe we'll do a preview for MIG. I don't know. But thanks everyone for tuning in, and thanks for joining. All of a good night.